We're going to go ahead and rock a testing. 1, 2, 3. This is BauerKillz doing a testing. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go ahead and do that one more time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go testing. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Testing. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. That's my YouTube test that you're hearing as the echo there. All right, I think we're about ready to get started. Give me 1 to 2 minutes. I will be back. We're gonna hit maybe, we're gonna go for 3 hours tonight. We're gonna keep it a little bit, reasonable. None of these 8 hour streams, if I can help it. Although that's been very helpful getting through this game as quickly as I have. I look at my playtime and it simply blows my mind, given I'm playing other games and more importantly, have a family to take care of and a full time job. And yet I've been able to put 60 hours into this game alone in the last couple of weeks. So it's just been just an absolute abject, utter joy to play through this with you guys. And I'm looking forward to getting through and getting that video out, kind of recapping my thoughts, and then looking forward to Forbidden West, which I'll also be referencing, I think, this week in a video I'm dropping about the most anticipated games going into E3, as well as the games that I'm just desperately hoping show up. And I'm really looking forward to talking about that list there too. But I'll be back here, guys. I'm going to go grab some water, and we'll play a couple hours tonight of Horizon Zero Dawn together. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to another BauerKillz Arsenal stream on randomly a Monday night. Because why not? Let's turn off my little YouTube echo here. This is how I check the quality of what I'm doing, just sitting here right on the phone. But no, I just decided tonight, I'm tired, long day, had a lot going on, and last thing I wanted to do was kind of get the setup going and do a proper Arsenal stream. Honestly, all I really wanted to do was a stealth stream. But I know you guys have asked for it, so I don't want to let you down. I know you guys are more interested in kind of seeing and hearing my reactions as I play through the game and being able to engage with me directly. So I told you guys I'm going to be doing this more often, and I meant that. Keep in mind that these Arsenal streams also, they don't just cover Horizon Zero Dawn. I cover a wide variety of games here. And some nights I just play through a couple different games and we just hang out together and talk about things we're looking forward to and in the industry, talk about life, all that good stuff. But I think right now might be the most random smorgasbord, we'll call it, of games that I've played in probably as long as I can remember. You want to talk about randomness? Let's check this out. So here we got, Horizon Zero Dawn. We got flanked on the left-hand side a game called Ys 8. I will be making a video on this game. It is fantastic for a wide variety of reasons, and it's actually my first Ys title, despite this series being around since the 80s alongside Final Fantasy. I'd heard about it for a long time, but this is the first time that I jumped in, and it has just been, from an objective standpoint, it's a great game. but it's hit all the right cylinders for a wide variety of reasons, and I'll talk about that. But also kind of random. Oh, what are you playing? I'm playing Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Donna. Vast majority of people out there will just give you kind of that blank stare and be like, oh, this is uncomfortable. So we got Ys 8 that I'm playing. We're playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I've got Black Ops Cold War on here. Never thought I'd own this game because I've kind of had my fill of Call of Duty over the last number of years, but put a little bit of time into this one. I'm enjoying it quite a bit, but I don't play it all that much, to be honest with you. The Surge 2 I picked up as a budget title because I felt like a little bit of Dark Souls stuff coming through without being frustrated. And kind of what I mean by that is, you know, I was really frustrated with Dark Souls 3 and kind of the direction they took the lore, to the point where I essentially got to the end of the game and as a showing of resistance, decided against finishing it because I was just so upset with kind of what they did with the lore with that one, and just a general sense of try hard, you know. A couple reasons why I never beat Dark Souls 3, but you know, the Surge 2 I've had my eye on because it looks like, by all intents and purposes, a budget title that seems to have a great combat loop and kind of rises above the sum of its parts. And there's nothing that I love more than small-time developers who don't have the same level of resources that a lot of these other huge AAA companies, publishers, developers do have, in making passionate, excellent games in spite of those limitations. So far, the Surge 2 is a Souls-like game, has been fantastic, and I'm having a lot of fun just kind of puttering around and running through it, although I've been doing that in batches here or there. Also, Trials of Mana, which, if you like Super Nintendo games and you want to play a Super Nintendo game with modern graphics, and by the way, the sequel to Secret of Mana, which is in my top 50, just really cool to be playing the sequel to that game. It is a budget title, but it is Square Enix. There's a certain level of fun you just automatically expect from that. But I've been playing through that as well, and then also some Ghost of Tsushima, which I bought a few weeks ago. And that game is just a bona fide masterpiece. Deserves to be called the swan song, not just of the PlayStation era, but of this entire last generation. And Horizon Zero Dawn is standing really head and shoulders tall with Ghost of Tsushima. I think I might end up liking Horizon more because of the combat just sets it apart. I mean, I hate to kind of say it that way too. Let's hop into my library here, but I hate to say it that way because I don't want to say anything negative about Ghost of Tsushima. It is incredible. But they're both open world games, and there's a lot to compare there, and I'm sure at some point I'll go through and do that. But I mean, my backlog here is just insane, and we'll hop in here shortly, guys, to Horizon and start properly here. We got about a minute before this live stream was supposed to start, so I got a hot second. So yeah, I mean, of these games here, I've been playing this one, It Takes Two, with my wife, which, if you have not checked that out, but you like co-op games, especially if you're a fan of couch co-op, which are becoming an increasingly rare breed these days, cannot recommend It Takes Two enough. Same developer who put together A Way Out, which is also a stellar experience, a really unique one. Something that you can play through in an evening. You know, sit 4 or 5 hours aside and go through it. You'll really enjoy that with a friend or a loved one. But It Takes Two in particular is just a great example of a fantastic co-op play by design. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, the PS5 upgrade of that has been nothing short of excellent. Really appreciate the work that went into that. I've put that one down for the time being. I got my fill, I think, of that. Nier Replicant. You guys have seen me show the original Nier copy on these streams very often. So, you know, I won't say too much more about that, but I've got that one kind of waiting in the wings. Too many RPGs to play through right now. Final Fantasy XIV I need to get back into to play through these last two expansions, both Shadowbringers and then Endwalker. Problem is that game just tends to dominate my life, which is why I'm waiting a little bit to kind of get back to it. But Nier Replicant, I'm going to hang on and keep it on the backlog for a while until I've got the time and the effort to properly go through it, even though I've beaten it before on PS3. Wasteland 3, I'll be talking about in a future video. They've got DLC coming out, which will be great. Here's East 9. I'm really excited to beat 8, put a bow tie on that, and then start up 9. I'm not really sure where or when that one's going to come out, but I'm excited to check out the sequel to one of the better games I've played in a while. Some of these are some free PlayStation Plus games like Army for the Dead, Oddworld Soulstorm, which I wasn't a big fan of what I saw, 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, Persona 5 Strikers, Disco Elysium. I'm about 20 hours into Persona 5 Strikers, but I've kind of set it aside until I can give it the attention it deserves. 13 Sentinels, I've heard nothing but amazing things about in Disco Elysium. That one's coming back on my plate as soon as I get through the DLC for Wasteland 3, which, by the way, if you guys out there like the Fallout franchise and you felt as slighted as I did that Fallout 4 was not the Fallout that we deserved, if you still kind of feel that little hole in your heart because Fallout New Vegas was never properly followed up on, or maybe you're an old school gamer back in the 90s and you love the original Fallouts and you're not as big of a fan of the Bethesda effort since, either way, Wasteland 3 is worth your time and attention. It is the Fallout game we never got following Fallout 3 or following the end of the kind of tactical CRPG style of Fallout as that moved into becoming a Bethesda property made by the original people who made Fallout. And actually, I actually prefer Wasteland 3 over Divinity Original Sin 2, which to many people out there is going to be blasphemy, but it is what it is. So, long story short, I've got a very long backlog here of games I need to get through and play, games I need to return to, and I'm looking forward to new games that are coming out as well. Just a ludicrously large library here, and just wanted to give you guys kind of a sneak peek of what I'm playing. But that's enough of me ranting and raving about games I'm not playing or showing. You guys are here for my Does Horizon Suck series, so we're going to continue tonight for roughly 3 hours as we play through some Horizon Zero Dawn, and I think it might be time to get back to the story. Spent a little bit of time this weekend on that stealth stream doing side quests, picking up antique sets, looking for metal flowers, and just in general doing some minor errands and side quests and those types of things. But now I'm ready, I think, to get back to this story, and I kind of feel like I'm getting pretty close to the end. At least it feels that way. We've got Silence now, who's decided to head away out of the game, and we found out, I think, pretty much, I mean, probably speaking ignorance here, but I think it feels like I've had most of the game revealed to me at this point. I'm sure there's still a couple of things I need to do and need to see to pick up on, but excuse me, something I'd really like to do here is pick up this power armor tonight. I think that's going to be the first thing I focus on. I need to get that last cell so that I can go and pick up that power armor and just see what it looks like on Aloy and just run around looking like a mixture hybrid of the Enclave and Predator. So let's take a look and see if I can find that ruin, because you guys were kind enough to tell me, hey, you missed out a power cell when you were a child and you fell into a ruin, Bauer. What are you thinking? Oh, I don't know. I was 6 years old and role-playing. I don't know what a power cell is or what to look for one. The truth is, I've just been piss poor at this game since the start of it all the way up to now. I'm getting a little bit better, but I've certainly rushed a few aspects and haven't been playing what most gamers would consider ideal. But we'll see by the end of this game and potentially into New Game Plus and the DLC what this will turn into from start to finish in that regard. Let's go take care of this corrupted zone to the southeast first, or southwest rather. I think that probably makes the most sense. We'll start the night by JFKing a few animals, machine animals, and just getting a feel for things. I just realized that I forgot to turn. You guys probably haven't heard anything I've been saying here. Devin says, I'm so close to getting the armor. You are putting in work, my friend, because I know you just picked this game up not too long ago, and the fact that you're already ready to pick up that armor speaks volumes. I mean, if I remember correctly, man, you beat Ghost of Tsushima in a weekend. Ooh, what did I just hear? I'm picking up another signal. Oh, I guess that's exactly what I just set my map for, and I'm sitting here wondering, well, what is that? What's she talking about? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the marker you just set down in a corrupted zone, Bauer. Yeah, get with it. It's a Monday night, guys. I'm tired. Tomorrow I will shoot footage for my new video, and I'll spend the rest of the week editing that out. And I'll have my Friday stream, but I probably won't have much else. I got family coming over this weekend. Can't wait to see them. And so I'll be spending Saturday with them, and might do a silent stream at some point on Sunday, depending on how things go. But for the most part, I'm just looking for to get that new video out, shoot it, edit it down, and then get the stream out on Friday, and still have fresh new content for you guys, and then take a bit of a break on Saturday and Sunday. Is this a behemoth? Nope. Corrupted tramplers. Let's see. Corrupted long legs, which have been giving me a for some reason. Need to be getting. Don't need to talk about that, dude. I mean, if you beat a game as big as Ghost of Tsushima in a weekend, actually, I kind of feel like we do need to talk about it. You're going to show up on my strange addiction. Although I guess video games wouldn't be a strange addiction. It's not like you're sitting in the bathtub eating hair out of the drain while, you know, simultaneously snacking on plaster saltines. But point is, that is impressive, either way you look at it. So let's work our way down here. I got to remember how to take out tramplers, because I can't really, I guess you guys have done a really good job of kind of pointing out for me different things, you know, as far as environmental arrows and when to pull out the hard point arrows and all that good stuff. Looks like we drew some attention from the long leg over there. I love with these tramplers, you hit them in these horns and it just drops them. It makes them stop charging at you. It's really, really sweet. I really dig that. I need to get my tier point arrow here going. Let's see. Guys, I'm probably never gonna get used to saying tear point or tear blast ammo. I'm gonna be saying tier regularly. I mean, I almost feel like they should have spelled it T-A-R-E, tear. Would have been a little bit easier for someone like me. But apologies for you purists out there. I know that probably drives you a bit nuts, but it's gonna buff out. It is what it is. We'll get through it, and let's get this. I'm also having a hard time remembering all the different types. So the hunter bow versus the war bow versus the sharp shot bow. I just have to look at which ammos are there and take care of it accordingly. All right, let's craft up here. Let's get prepared for what's going to be a pretty intense battle, I believe. So let me see. Can I override trampers yet? I cannot, nor can I do silent attacks on them. So we got their little belly. Looks like they're weak to tear. We got a power cell. Let's hit the power cell first. We'll drop that power cell there, and we're also going to hit a trap over here. And I did have previously, I had this rope caster, which I've really been enjoying, but I'm still using this trip caster. I need to upgrade this trip caster. I just keep forgetting to do it. Actually, no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Where is the... I think I probably sold it by accident. That doesn't make sense. Why would I sell that by accident? I thought that I had another type of trip caster with multiple weapon types or ammo types. I might have sold it by accident. All right, well, I guess we're not going to be setting up highly specialized wire traps or anything like that. Let's just roll with the punches, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how this goes. Let's pull out a shock arrow, and here we go. That did not really do a whole lot of damage now, did it? Alright, here's where things are going to get real. See how I was running that direction? I was running that direction, and he essentially made up for it by... I just love the way that they kind of, I don't want to say bait you out, but they just account for you diving in the same direction. Oh no, there we go. I do have my wires that I could have used. I'm just, guys, it's a Monday, I'm tired. It is not a good start. But we're at least getting hot and heavy here with these machines. Uh-oh. There, I got gored to start the night. First gore of the night, surprisingly, considering I'm fighting a bunch of tramplers here. Alright. Blast those horns off their head. There we go. Oh boy, hey buddy. Get a shock bomb going there. There we go. So we'll shock them up, and then we'll switch to hard point arrows, which I guess you guys keep saying, look, when you've got elemental attacks, that's when you switch to the precision or the hard shot arrows or whatever it is, and then you do more damage that way. So, you know what, long neck, long leg, you can kindly piss off. Crap, not sure how close that trampler got, but I can feel it. Another product of that great sound design is you don't even need to see necessarily where you're at to kind of get a sense of where the enemy is. The death. So just an awful start to the night, but I'm kind of digging it anyway. It's kind of shaking some of these sand speckles out of my eyes. I was literally falling asleep when I made the decision to come out and play. Is this an excuse? Pretty much, yep. But it's all good. We're just gonna hop right back there and wreck some face. And hey, good news is we didn't have $40 on the line this time, so I died to some tramplers and did not lose out on the donation. So works well enough for me. So yeah, I just got a long way to go to getting better at the game. I'm just not, as much as I love the combat and as great as it is, I'm just not very good at it. But it's all good. Let's hit this zone again, and I also gotta do a little bit of a better job just taking a look at these damn things in the notebook and learning, okay, this is how you most effectively take down these enemies. I mean, here I am rocking level 41, and I've got, you know, level 18 and 20 animals just kicking my ass. Let's do something really. Let's be a dick. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's be a dick about it. We'll hit him from up top. I know they got ranged attacks. That's fine. Well, they probably know a way up here, don't they? Nope. I'll be very impressed if the AI finds a way up here. And here I'm not even using the tear blast ammo that I thought I was. Well, let's try this again. Jeez, that component, man, Skyrim style, getting hit by a freaking giant just flying straight up in the air. Love it.
I dropped it.
So let's see if these long legs find a way up here. That'd be pretty sweet. Looks like we got some. Looks like we aggroed some glint hawks by doing that. 3 of them. I'm actually awfully glad that I didn't aggro them when I was down there the previous time, even though I got smoked. Regardless. Wow, of all things, I need Ridgewood. You never think that you would need Ridgewood. I dropped all my stacks feels undeniably cheap, but I also feel strategic. Just keep them down there like fish in a barrel. You know what, Glinthog? You had to ruin my moment, huh? Fortunately, Glinthogs are one of the only enemies in the game that I can routinely absolutely destroy. So let's bring out... Yeah, let's bring out our Shadow Hunter bow here. So we can hit those fire arrows and... One down. Let's head back up top here. So how's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone on a Monday evening? You guys ready for the week ahead? I hope so. Missed. Missed. I need to get handling on this bow. That Bandit culling bow I was rolling with was pretty sweet. To be honest with you, I was really doing a good job, I felt, with it, but you know, upgraded to the Shadow when I need to get some more handling on it and get better use out of what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about these corruption arrows too, which Plums for Peace let me know. If you can't override an enemy, hit them with these corruption bows. I should have done that before. Just simply did not think about it to hit one of those tramplers with this. Doesn't look like these guys... Oh, they're already corrupted. Okay. I'm in a corrupted zone, and I'm like, well, I should probably hit him with corruption arrows. Alright. Uh-oh. I fell. There we go. That's what I needed. Oh, it took the wing right off. And these guys, when it comes to damage, they don't mess around. Just gotta bait out the attack and then drop him. Why not? Oh my god, here we go again. Here we go again. Getting right down into the thick of it. Kindly let me kill you. What? Right in the gullet. All right, feeling a little bit better now. Never good being down there. Let me tell you, this is. Oh, look at that. Oh man, I had like a party trick going right there with that spinning. Devin says, "How good are you?" Good. How are you? Oh, well, those would have been two different questions depending on the placement of that of those words. Doing okay, man. I'm tired, extremely tired, but doing well. Gonna have a busy week ahead here, trying to get a video out, trying to get work done. Going back in the office for the first time in over a year, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, getting some elemental stuff going, and then hitting them with regular bows is definitely the way to go, like you guys have told me. No question. I'll take him out. And all I got to do is, I feel bad right there. I guess that must be their boundary, right? So I've been hanging outside their boundary. They're running away. Feels a little bit cheap, but that's fine. It is what it is. I've struggled way too much tonight. Kind of embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed. Uh-oh. A giant explosion. Keep forgetting that they can do that. let's see. Oh, I forgot that they got the little electricals. There we go. Now we'll pull out the regular arrow because he's down. Boom. Maybe I hit another one of these up here. Can I hit a second one? Or is it just once? That's probably just once. Which is fine. Let's get these hardpoint arrows back out. I don't know what's left other than the face to hit. I guess the side here. I gotta be going for the head. There we go. Alright. Well, guys, it took 2 times out of the gate, but we managed to pull it off. I know that there are a few people out there who have been watching every minute of my streams, like, later on, and then giving me critiques. And they're going to start this stream and be like, dude, you're 60-plus hours into the game, and this is still how you're playing. Yes. Yes, it is. Welcome to the 35-year-old veteran gamer who's been playing for all these years, but still can't manage to be decent, especially in front of an audience. But we will do what we can, including making fun of me and having fun along the way. Never thought I'd say this, but I got to pick up this Ridgewood. Also, 2 bunnies. Da. Da. Uh-oh. Where'd the other one go? Oh, da. I'm not going to lie, that was totally accidental. I just kind of fired into the bush, or into the brush here. We got what we were looking for. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Turn that up here a little bit. Yeah, I always kind of struggle with how, which weapons I should have equipped at any given time. I just feel like I'm always equipping different weapons, which is fine. That's no big deal. Get this sharp shot bow back out. Keep the war bow up top. They seem to have some pretty good synergy. Wow. I'm just absolutely amazed that Ridgewood is what I need. Of all things. Of all things. Alright, let's go pick up all these components that we've just totally littered the landscape with. A lot of freeze rhyme roots down here. I guess that makes sense since we're near a Glinthawk machine site. But thank you guys for joining me tonight on a shortened, roughly 2 to 3 hour stream tonight. Make sure there's nothing here that I'm missing. I like that we still got this steam popping out, just giving you that nice little visual flare of total destruction that you've wreaked, rather, on your enemies. Lay says, just got on to see if you had a new video. Lucky timing for me. What's going on, Lay? Thanks for joining. You just joined at actually a really good point. I sat here and got my new bum handed to me by a level 20 corrupted zone.
I'll find it.
And I'm level 41. Mondays, man. Am I right? Thanks for joining the stream. Hang out for a little bit. Feel free to chat. And appreciate your support and checking out the content. Yeah, I was saying that, typically I do these streams on Friday nights, and I'm trying to do them a little bit more, the full-blown Arsenal streams where you got the lights up and all that stuff, the whole setup going. Typically I was doing that once a week, maybe twice a week, but with you guys showing interest and seeing me react as I play through this game, and not as much as kind of the stealth streams, which have, to be fair, that they're necessary, right? They're necessary because, I have to get through the game. It's a big game, and if I'm not able to stream it, with the full setup all the time, at least those stealth streams will allow me to be in live chat talking with you folks while my kids are, maybe in the room, or I'm, occasionally doing other things. But it'll give me time to still play without having to go through the hassle of setting everything up. Would really love, and I keep bringing this up, but I can't say it enough. I would really love it if Sony just started putting gamers first and stopped doing stupid stuff like doing their best Apple impersonation and blocking webcam functionality if it's not their Sony brand. That would make it much easier for me. That way I could just, if I'm doing another type of stream and I could at least still throw a camera on me, that'd be good. Otherwise I'd have to get that that Sony PlayStation cam, and if anything, I'm a man of principle. And you know what, if it was $10, I wouldn't buy it because of that. So I love here, we're coming out of the desert, and right on the edge here, we've got this beautiful little lake, and then we're like, you know, kind of getting into the marshlands here a little bit. You can almost see the humidity in the air, and you can almost feel it, you know, hanging off, and you can feel that heaviness. And you got the sun beating down through the trees. Just all these really cool different biomes and environments in the game that just, and I think I've seen most of them at this point, but they still continue to impress me in all these little ways. See if there's anything in here that I need. Is that a boar? I think I might have seen a boar. Yep. Hey, buddy. Let's stick here with some rich meat, fatty meat, and bony meat. So when I last hopped on yesterday and played for a little bit, I focused on side content, focused on increasing my carry capacity for a wide variety of different things. And I had to hunt fish in order to do that. It was actually the first time I realized 60 hours into the game that fish were even a thing, because I hadn't bothered to look at what I needed for certain types of weapons and, you know, ammo that I hadn't been using at this point, because I just was using the spear for, you know, the large, you know, beginning portion of the game. Turkey. And then as I kind of started picking, you know, different things up, you guys were guiding me. Hey, get the rope caster. You can bring enemies down this way. Hey, you really want tear blast. Yeah, there it is. Guys, I'm never going to be able to say it properly, so I'm just going to stick with tear blast. Tear blast ammo. You know, this will allow you to remove components easier. And then I started looking to see, how do I get more of this? Oh, there are fish that I can hunt. I really like hunting fish in this game, or wildlife in this game. It's fun. It's not just there, you know, for the proverbial shits and gigs. You're actually utilizing everything that you pick up from both, of course, the machine animals you're fighting and taking down, but in particular as well these natural, straight up wildlife is also. All right, so we're going in the wrong direction, but that's okay. I'm going to see if I can't grab up a mount and get here a little bit quicker. And speak of the devil, we got a charger over here. Discovered yet another campfire. Ian Miller says, there's a hard-to-find side quest called Acquired Taste that I'd love to see your reaction to. Well, don't worry, man. First of all, thank you. Welcome back to the stream. You will see my reaction to it because... Oh, hi. Hi. I'm not doing anything. I'm just hanging out. I like that that these machines will let you kind of get away when it's clear that you're just... you know, trying to grab a mount. It doesn't seem like they really pursue you all that much. So he's running back over there. That's nice. But yeah, you'll see my reaction to it for sure, Ian, because I'm gonna be playing this even after I beat the main story. I'm still gonna be playing this and seeing and just exploring the world. I might do New Game Plus potentially. We'll see. I mean, my streams at some point will not be all Horizon. Like most of my streams up until I started this series have been playing various games, hanging out, talking to people, showcasing new titles that have come out, showcasing lesser known titles if I'm really into them. Like, you know, I was talking earlier about East 8. I'll be making a video about that. But these Arsenal streams won't always be Horizon, but Horizon will absolutely be a major point of focus going forward as a franchise. When Forbidden West comes out, I'll be playing it right here on PlayStation 5. I'll be able to talk about some of the enhancements as we learn more about the game. Very excited about that. That will also make an appearance on my E3 video this week as one of the titles that I'm looking forward to the most to learn a little bit more about. I'm going to kind of break it into two different distinct categories. Games we know that are going to show up, right, that we're aware. We either know for sure they're going to be there, or it's very, very, very likely that they'll be there. And then I'm going to break it into titles I would love to see that would make E3 just an absolute freaking dream this year. And those will be some titles I'm excited to talk about as well. But can't believe we're already a week out from E3. We're halfway through 2021. I'm still writing 2020 by accident. Are these good guys or bad guys? Looks like they're good guys. That's a good thing because I was not prepared. But yeah, no, it's just crazy that we're halfway through the year already. I gotta, it's even crazier though that I'm in a place where I gotta pick up Ridgewood because for the first, I don't know, 60 hours of the game I spent hearing you guys tell me, drop your Ridgewood stacks, you got way too much. And to be fair, I did. I had like 8 stacks of them at any given time. So I think I may have overdone it and got rid of too much. So need to pick some up. I was struggling to craft up arrows there in a corrupted zone, which is not a place you want to be. Let's hop on this. See if I can't get across the river here. See, I love this. I love this. And many other open world games, I would not be able to cross that river. But I love they kind of take into account not only your momentum, but also the fact that you're riding a machine who would have the ability to kind of get through there. And that little hop up the terrain. Just those little things continue to impress me with this game, and I'm still seeing new ones. I saw a video on the subreddit, I think it was today, where someone pointed out that the heavy weapons that you're wielding in the game, your handling for whatever weapon you have selected here in your wheel, when you pick that heavy weapon up, the handling coils that you have attached will apply to your heavy weapon differently, depending on which weapon you have selected in that wheel. And there were people that said they've been playing the game for 1,000 hours or more who did not know that, and are so still learning new things. Looks like we just... Oh, okay. So we got a bandit camp here. Investigate. Okay, so that's right. So I'm finally doing what I should have done ages ago and going to help Olin's family. I'm surprised they're not dead yet. But as I was kind of looking through different side quests and stuff to do on the silent stream, I realized one of them was that one. I couldn't believe I had not done it yet. Ian Miller says, awesome. The one reason I specifically mentioned it, besides it being one of my favorite quests, is it was the only one I had to look up where to find it. That's cool. I think you might have mentioned it was kind of in the middle of nowhere, right? And of course, we hit nightfall as I get here. I struggle to see at night in this game for some reason or another. And I really wish I had... yeah, I might just get rid of this sling for now. I use it a lot. But I think just having all the different types of bows would be far more valuable right now, especially as we go into a bandit camp. So let's go ahead and do, let's go ahead and get that shadow bow. That gives me the shadow hunter bow. We'll replace the sling with it for now so that I can pop. Tanks on people's backs. And boom goes the dynamite. I really, really like these precision arrows too. It's very fun to just pop off headshot after headshot. I've gotten a lot better at using them. It's been fun seeing like the significant differences. Oh, it looks like I can climb up here. All right. The significant differences that exist. Uh-oh.
I've been seen.
Uh-oh. Did not mean to accidentally press square up there. But alas, I did because I'm Bauer, and apparently that's what I do. All right, let's try this again, shall we? I've got that strike from below ability now. Let's see if we can use that for the first time. He's looking right at me. I'll take it. Don't get me wrong, I'll take it. But... So we got that leader strike unlocked yesterday as well, so I'll be able to take out these heavy gunners right away, which is nice.
This has to be where they're holding Olin's
Get a
family.
move on and search. Got you located.
Well, I was hoping it would be the leader strike, but I guess that was not meant to be. Just kind of abuse the enemy AI.
She's disappeared.
She's disappeared. Now I just rolled off the cliff into this camouflage grass.
You won't like what.
Pop some heads.
Back in there and fight.
I mean, you can kind of see how the AI can be taken advantage of here. All I'm going to do here is go left and right, left and right, left and right. Is it cheap? Kind of. Not going to lie. But, just headshot after headshot after headshot after headshot after headshot. I really struggled with this weapon when I first picked it up. Can you believe it? Me struggling with the combat. Yo, don't look at me like that, turkey. Oh, it's one of those turkeys. One of those turkeys that just stares down the barrel of death like it's nothing and continues living life. Deathbringer is always good. Let's pick up oh, nice amount of resource supplies there. Let's take a look. It's actually not a bad idea. I should probably start opening these boxes. And these two, I just... Okay, we finally were able to get through that one. Yep, always seem to have enough traps and that kind of stuff. Pick up some ridgewood there. Just want some metal shards. That'd be good. Looks like we're going to hold on to that one. Some weapon coils, which pretty much at this point I'm in a place where if it's blue, it's getting sold unless it's purple. And even then, it's still going to get sold a large percentage of the time. So let's hit here. All of these boxes, get everything we can get. Luminous braids, which I'm just swimming in at this point. Funny thing, I first heard about the quest on Ask Reddit where someone asked which video game side quests were the weirdest, and someone mentioned this quest from Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm like, what the heck is this? Yeah. It's nice to find out some of those little tidbits after you've played something and you see other people kind of like sharing their knowledge of things that you may never have picked up on. Those little tidbits, that's great. I like that Division style scroll on the left-hand side of the screen of picking things up. It's always good. Always satisfying to see that. Don't know why. Yep, these doors are bolted tight because of course they are. Let's figure out another way up. Take the stairs. Well, that's convenient. Find the key in the middle of proverbial and borderline literal haystack, but I'm not going to argue. I mean, I even love like these little symbols on the door here. You know, which change depending on the region you're in, and you know, on top of kind of, you know, I've been talking a lot about how much I appreciate the jargon and the different types of, you know, terms that they use in the game and the written dialogue to kind of flesh out these different, you know, these different tribes and these different, you know, characters and cultures in the game. But Guerrilla Games also is excellent at kind of doing that through the environment. At least in this title, it's been stellar. So it's nice to kind of see even small little things like, you know, the architecture appearing on buildings changing throughout the game in different regions has been a joy. All right, let's see what we're gonna do. Let's see what we got in here. Hopefully, I'm not walking into a trap or a set of corpses. Let's see. Oh, okay, they're alive. Just hanging out in here and plenty of food and.
We heard the commotion outside. You're not one of them. Who are you? Don't be afraid. I'm gonna get you out of here. I hadn't given up on hope, but I'd forgotten the taste of it. Is it safe for us to leave?
You
the eclipse won't be stopping you. Then it's over.
Not gonna ask.
Just like that. You've ended our bondage, but why?
Because I really want your head wrap.
Me for help. Come on, he'll be here soon.
Wonder how many of you guys out there killed Olin. I'm sure quite a few. I'm so interested to see if there are multiple endings depending on your choices in this game, or if it's more of a illusion of choice. I mean, the dialogue itself is worth it. because the dialogue is reward enough, seeing Aloy react differently in different situations and take care of business in a couple different situations and scenarios and stuff as well. So that'd be good enough for me. But I'll be interested to see if Guerrilla's done anything when it comes to multiple endings and that kind of thing. I assume not. Right? That my assumption is that the ending's probably going to be the same no matter what you do, but I just never know. This game keeps surprising me so often that I just never know, so I can't speak with confidence on anything. You showed up just on time, Owen. You showed up just in time to meet your family after I killed 40 men. Talk about redeeming yourself.
I heard the fighting stop.
Olin!
Yes, you did.
You brought him back to us. Thank you. There's no need to thank me.
I have much to confess. I accepted a devil's bargain, and others paid the price.
And you think I don't know? I heard them talk.
You know there's always been dirt on my hands. Now there's blood too.
Take your son up in those hands.
75%, huh, Ian? Wow.
You should listen to your wife, Olin.
But Hedis and his demons. I am honor-bound to help you, Aloy.
True.
With what little honor a Dyson like me has.
Olin, whatever your debts, you don't owe them to me now. Go with your family. Show them you're a better man.
Farewell, Aloy. Your mother. I hope you find her before they do. I heard the fighting stop.
Olin!
Uh-oh.
There's no need.
I have much to confess.
Yep. Just did this. Sorry about that. Just trying to pick up that giant machine gun standing at your feet, buddy. Although I don't mind seeing Aloy talk some more because, I mean, just yet again, the way she handles this situation is just phenomenal. All right. Deathbringer gun. There we go. About making amends. Right in front of the kid. Guys, I'm not that sick. YouTuber. YouTuber advertises murder blatantly. Ooh, what do we got up there? Is that a snout maw? Whatever it is, I'm about to go unload into it with this because I am not letting this gun go to waste. I just love seeing Aloy with the heavy weaponry in this game, and I especially love seeing the different, the different designs. I mean, here you've got more of your straightforward machine gun with belt ammo and everything, and then you had when we were rocking some quests up there in the free heap, rolling with Petra, and we got kind of like a Ratchet and Clank style, type of rocket launcher there. So we're just gonna go ahead and put this trampler down. Mm-hmm. Well, I ran out of ammo. That's not at all what I wanted to have happen. But hey, at least I got to, did I set it on fire? Well, I guess you can't set things on fire either with shock arrows. Oh, wrong button. Let's get that little underbelly. Well, at least my aim's getting a little bit better. Well, these guys certainly seem to know right where we're coming from, don't they? I mean, they're just scrappers, no big deal. We'll take care of it, but... Let's get a silent strike going. Just a little bit closer. There we go. Hey. Calm down. Calm down. Wholly and totally unnecessary. Alright. Back to looting corpses. Looks like we got something decent here. Metal shards, a trampler lens. Okay. Anytime I see that shade of yellow, I instantly get excited thinking I found some type of epic whatever it is, and it's mostly just a lens. That's just my muscle memory firing off, or my reflexes firing off from other less quality games. So thank you all for joining me here tonight. It's been a good night. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter stream tonight, and then I'll be won't be able to stream here again like this until Friday, and then over the weekend I'll be taking a little bit of a break as well. Might do a silent stream or a stealth stream on Sunday. We'll see, but need to get tomorrow some video shot for the video this week, and then spend the rest of the week editing it down, which is legitimately a full-time job on top of the other job I already do have. So I want to make sure that I'm getting both YouTube videos out and these streams going as well. Of course I missed. Why wouldn't I? Shell walkers, weakness. Oh. So that takes down. Okay, so here I thought that might have taken down the stream. Let's see. All right, walk right into my trap, buddy. See if I can do a strike from above. Nope, bad idea. Looks like that right component's the one that we want to focus on when it comes to disabling those shields. But I do love having to hit kind of over here when they got the shield out. So I like to light these guys on fire, because when I do that, it makes it much easier to take them out. Still need to put in some time and effort into using this extra dodge I picked up yesterday. This longer level dodge. This is just sad. Oh, he can still fight. Here I am feeling bad for him. Alright, we'll put him out of his misery. Let's hit that little underbelly. Alright. So shell walkers I'm starting to feel a lot more confident with as well. Thunder Jaws and Behemoths, learning about corruption arrows from, I believe it was Plums, was really good. Look at these little sparks in the back. Come on, buddy. There we go. Now it's when we bring these arrows back in for massive damage. That's the way to do it. No question. I mean, just progressively, slowly getting better at this game has just been so incredibly satisfying and fun. And yet, you can see me hop on like I did it to start this stream, get kind of all cocky and confident, hop down, and then just get totally wrecked by some tramplers and some long legs. And the game keeps you honest throughout. One of you out there made a really good point where you said, you know, at some point you pick up on the fact that the game's not based around enemy level, but rather gear and, you know, your understanding of how to take enemies apart and the array of weaponry you have. Level doesn't really mean a whole lot. And I really like that. I really like that enemies that are still lower level can be dangerous enough to take you out if you're not on your A game and you're rushing things a little bit. It's a really nice touch. I always appreciate that. All right, the looming shadow. Go to the Palace of the Sun. That's our next main storyline quest, and I think that's what we're going to do. Level 34. Hades intends to use the Spire to transmit a resurrection signal, calling millions of buried war machines from their graves. When the time comes, Aloy must stand against the shadow, but she will not fight alone. I love it, man. Even the descriptions are top-notch. So I'm starting to feel like I'm getting close to the end of the game. I mean, maybe not. Might make sense to do this one too. It still give me a skill point. So let's do this one. Let's do Queen's Gambit first. Okay, got about 2 hours left in the live stream. We'll do Queen's Gambit first, and then we'll hit that main storyline mission and end it from there. Ian says, I just looked it up now. After 1 year of Horizon Zero Dawn being out, the game calculated a whopping 89% spared Olin. That is insane. I guess, you know, a lot of gamers are merciful when it comes to stuff.
Can't be too
Sometimes I'm just a vicious dick when I'm playing, you know, a game. If I can be really good or really bad, most of the time I do like a really good character run through, and then the second time if I play through it again, I'll do a bad character. But every once in a while, I'll pick up and just be a bad character right away, like a terrible human being, just to see what it's like. But definitely not something I wanted to do here. It was very hard. I think a lot of that, a lot of the reason why people probably pick that is because Aloy is such a great character. It's hard to imagine her just like plunging her spear in him mercilessly like that. It doesn't really fit, I think, with her perceived character at least. But I love that they give you the freedom to kind of make her that way, you know, in some areas. Tall Neck Copper Deeps. We got a Tall Neck nearby, ladies and gentlemen. Where's that Tall Neck? 99 feet away. Let's go take a... That's a much better kill on a long leg. Starting to feel a little bit better about that. There we go. Only I could be like, where's the Tall Neck at? Where is it? Anybody see it? Gotta get these peepers fixed. And I had a pretty cool moment last night in the stealth stream where I had aggroed just a ton of enemies out in the desert region nearby where the Shadow Karjit city is. And I took down a bunch of them, fought a bunch of them. It was a bit of a struggle, but was for the most part okay. And then, you know, was running because I saw the long neck coming and you know, up to the place where I could jump, one of the many that I could jump off of it to connect. And I had a bunch of enemies shooting at me and running up on my heels, and I jumped just in time. It was exhilarating. It was really cool. Look this way. I guess I can get him from the side. Didn't know that. Alright, so let's see. I guess I'm going to go across the way here. Oh, don't make me go through water with stuff in it. Oh, stop it, game. So another side quest yesterday where I had to do the same thing. Oh, guys, you have no idea how nervous I am right now. I swear, if someone pulls me under, you might just see me quit the game. Might just see me quit the game. Okay. Alright, I'm much happier. Let's see what we got up here. I assume it's a snap maw. I was correct. That's not at all what I wanted to see coming at me, but
more than equipped to take you on. This should be a good spot for jumping on.
I love how that watcher's just kind of like, yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out. Don't see anything here. Get these plates off. I've really been enjoying taking tails off. It just makes me happy. Holy crap. I'm not getting in the water with that guy. You know what, buddy? Uh-oh. That is not good. Long dive. long dodge. Getting some good experience. That's an idea. This guy got me. Okay. Do not get me into the water, please. Guys, my thalassophobia, or whatever you call it, is real. It's really gets. Yeah, these red-eye watchers really, I mean, they are just, watchers in general are such a nuisance. And I mean, I like how they use them as ads throughout the game. Smart. That was not the smartest thing I've ever done. Panicking and forgetting what I have equipped. Those will not help me now. Oh no 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 no. Anything but the water. Anything but the water. Anything. I will fast travel out of here so fast. Nope. Alright. Love that attack animation though. Really covers a lot of ground. Let's hit this plate. 9. This guy's still alive? These snap mons are nothing if not, what do you call it? Persistent. Let's get that under. Let's get that little pouch taken care of. Still learning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? Just puttering around in the background, being a nuisance. An effective nuisance, but a nuisance nonetheless. Alright, so got to work on my snap jaw game. Looks like there's quite a few over there as well. Not really interested in going over there, especially considering I have to cross that body of water to do so. Let's see.
You'll do.
So when this guy makes his way back around here, it looks like right up here is where I'm going to need to be jumping. Night, Dev. Thanks for hopping in, man. So it's better to do as many side quests as you want before doing the final main quest. I'm not sure how to explain. Okay. I'm curious to hear what's your favorite machine. My favorite is the long leg, but my favorite to fight is the stalker. Well, let's hop into Bauer Babel here for a minute, guys, so we can talk quickly. My favorite machine thus far is, I think, by far and away the Behemoth. And the reason it's the Behemoth is because I didn't really realize in the game how truly strategic and kind of like how you could dismantle enemies and how creatively that process plays out until I fought that Behemoth in that Coliseum. Not to mention all kind of the storyline stuff that played out during it, which was awesome, to say the least. Awesome would call it awesome. But that's when I started to kind of get a little bit of a better feel, because up to that point, I think the combat for me was, I've just been terrible. I struggled to grasp the concepts. It's kind of been a little bit embarrassing watching back some of it as someone who calls himself a 32-year experienced gamer, which is all true, but just for whatever reason in this game, I mean, I didn't know about the Roadcaster, didn't know about Terror Blast ammo, didn't know about all these different things and the best ways to take down enemies. Hell, a couple of streams ago, maybe 2 or 3 streams ago, when I was doing the All Mother Mountain main quest, what ended up happening was I really had to struggle against corruptors, because I didn't realize at that point you had to overheat them to get their one component to be exposed, it would do massive damage. So, but the behemoth was really when I started kind of putting things together a little bit. Thunderjaws were really cool. But there's not a single enemy in this game that I dislike fighting. Watchers are really annoying because they are intentionally made to kind of act as your classic ads, like in an MMO. You know, they just pester you. They can cause you to die by, you know, if you don't take care of them. And here in this fight, that guy, just a single red eye watcher, gave me fits as I fought Snap Maws. But really nothing but positive things to say about practically every enemy in the game. And it blows my mind. I mean, just completely and totally blows my mind how it took 50 plus hours of me constantly seeing new machine catalog entry, new machine catalog entry, new machine catalog entry popping up. And I'm like, how many freaking enemies are there in this game? It would have been really easy to kind of get samey with some of them, break them down the same way, have them do much of the same attacks, that kind of thing. The level of diversity in enemies in this game is an absolute highlight in this industry, and it's a highlight in the game overall. Hard to mark down one, I think, for me, but the one that stands out and I think will always stand out for me is the Behemoth. Great question. So I guess question for you, Ian, is this the last mission, main story mission in the game that I'm about to embark on? Because if it is, then I will definitely hold off on it for now, and I'll plan to tackle that another time. Because there's still a lot of side quests that I need to pick up, a lot of side quests I need to go through and do, and a whole lot better I'm sure I need to do with the game, or, you know, a lot of improvement I need to do, because I want to head right into, once the main story's done, into the Frozen Wilds. And, you know, I don't know if I'm ready for that right now. You know, I went into the old Hunters in Bloodborne when I wasn't prepared, but I just kind of got better and better and better, and actually ended up beating the final boss of that DLC on my third attempt. So that's one of the most proud I've been of myself in recent times, because that guy just gave everybody trouble, but for some reason I was able to take him down. So I don't shy away from difficulty, but it just seems like in this game you really need to have a better sense of what you're doing and have a really good, strong grasp on at least the fundamentals of these different weapons and the different ways you can keep enemies down on the ground with that roadcaster, for instance, or which components to prioritize to get a really good understanding of any enemy you can come across, so you know how to tackle them and dismantle them. And I want to learn a little bit more and get a little bit better before I kind of go through and beat the game wholesale and head into that DLC. So let me know if that's the last one in the interim. I'll just run around and collect some stuff. We'll do this tall neck. We'll go off and do this side quest with Vanasha, who has turned out to be a pretty cool character. I really enjoyed killing that Bahavas guy, who just had the worst Pyramid Head impersonation I've ever seen. I wanted to end him for that alone. I mean, just a disgrace to a video game icon. But no, in all seriousness, that was a really cool side quest. I enjoyed doing that yesterday. I'm looking forward to helping her out here, which looks like taking that kid, Sun King, and I guess his mom, and getting them away from the Shadow Karja and back to the Meridian City. Hey, Plums, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming in. Looming Shadow is the endgame mission. Okay, I thought it might have been. So, yeah, I thought it might have been the endgame mission just because Silence left, and you had, like, I mean, I can't imagine any more being revealed to me about what's going on. I mean, I learned so much in the last couple of main missions that it just felt like we were coming down on the final stretch. I would say already, but I know I'm 60 hours into the game. You know, it makes sense that, you know, I'd be getting there from a main story perspective, but
Get it while I can.
you know, I'm sure if I want to do all the side content and all that kind of stuff, I'm looking at another 60 hours easy of gameplay. These Snap Maws, man, they don't mess around, do they? They do not mess around, do they? These tail attacks. That actually didn't do any damage. It didn't. Past tense do any damage. I'm gonna blast that freeze sack there. There we go. Got it. Awesome. So I feel I did a much better job there taking out that snap moth. Slowly but surely getting better. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, of course there's a glint hawk right there trying to ruin my day.
Made it. Now to climb up to its head.
And this never gets old. I mean, I just love climbing these things and doing little, oh, come on. This is a very precarious place up here. I'm being attacked. Alright. Alright, let's get this glint hawk off our tail end, shall we? And I just love the fact that I'm fighting from on top of a freaking long neck. It's good stuff. Alright. Love seeing that sawtooth up there in the distance. The draw distance in the game is superb. I feel like I can see as far as the eye can see. I can see what's going on. I guess that's a thunderjaw. Actually, it'd make more sense if that's a thunderjaw. Holy crap! Those are a lot of icons on the map. That is a lot of icons. Did I review? Okay, no. So there's still one more tall neck down here to the south we need to do. Maybe a fifth one. Yep, another one up here. All right, so we got two more long necks to do. We'll make sure to do that at some point. I'd like to pick up this. What is this here? This little arrow sign. Is that? Oh, who knows? I'd like to pick up that last power cell. I got to figure out where those ruins are. But for now, let's go over here to our quest. Let's do Queen's Gambit. And after we rappel down here, head over there, do that side quest, and then we'll maybe go get that power up. Beautiful. Get out of the water, Aloy. Get out of there. Alright, right into a metal flower. Hard to argue with that. Take it. Mark 3. Alright. It's my first Mark 3 in the game. Alright. So I've had a lot of fun picking up these sets too. Oh god, there we go again, guys. I'm about to go on one of my beauty rants. Just the sense of scale in this game, you know, you marry, like, you know, graphical fidelity with art direction. You know, my viewpoint on graphics are this. Graphics ultimately aren't overly important to a game. Okay? That doesn't mean that they're not a factor or a consideration, but at the end of the day, if a game has great graphics, it can enhance the experience. And if it has bad graphics, it can take away from the experience, but neither of them makes an experience. However, when you have a game of this caliber, and then you have an open world like this, and you have not just the graphical, beautiful fidelity and the power driving, very talented team who's able to kind of put that into motion from a logical or logistical or a technical level, but then you also have the art design. It just elevates it, man. It just elevates it to another level. It's beautiful. I will never get sick of just simply walking through this game and looking around. And it's like everywhere I go, there's kind of like a little uniqueness to where I'm at. Nothing ever feels the same. I never feel like I'm seeing the same day-night cycle. I'm seeing the same, even the same landmarks, right? So this tower over here, the game does a really good job of putting out landmarks that you can see it, from a large distance away. And yet, when you're seeing them from different angles and different places, they never feel samey. The game is just so dynamic visually, it's hard to put into words. Something I absolutely adore about the game. All right, so let's see. We're pretty far away. Let's hit a fast travel up here. Looks like we get a vantage point up here that we'll want to take a look at. Quite a few vantage points that we haven't picked up. I see now they've got Bannock figures up here that they've unlocked on the map as well. Let's just hit this campfire right away. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, on a Monday night, a random Arsenal stream out of nowhere. I know I've said it a few times already, but for those who weren't here earlier, I will be doing I'm doing an E3 video this week about games that we should be looking forward to the most that we know exist, that are going to be there or almost certain to be there. And then I'm going to have a back half of that video be games that I mean, if they make an appearance, I'll lose my mind. Still trying to figure out the best way to kind of put this, but games that, we'd ideally like to see there, right? That we haven't been announced, that we don't know, that we don't know exist or not, but that may make an appearance for one reason or another, or if they did, would make this E3 just an absolute, just a dream for gamers around the world. So stay tuned for that one later this week. Try to get that up before I go live with this stream on Friday.
You're 3-toe Huadiv, right?
3-toe.
Vanasha sent me. What happened?
I got hornswoggled, that's what. Vanasha batted her lashes, wiggled her hips, and promised us treasure.
Nice.
Clear a path for the royals, she said. Sneak past the garrison and skewer a few watches. Hardly a bother.
That ain't no big deal.
Little did we know there was a damned monstrosity lurking underground. When will I learn not to gawk at skinny girls?
Yeah, good looking out, Plums. I see you there. Yep, there is a ton I haven't done yet. A lot of it is I want to get through the main quest first, the main story stuff, so that I can make the follow-up video for the series to kind of bookend it.
Why do you think Vanasha swindled you?
My crew came to Sunfall because we heard the bounties were fat. She offered us the fattest one of all, enough to retire on. It's my own damned fault for taking the bait. Should have known I'd end up with a rupture in my useful parts.
Ooh. Ooh. I do not want to hear that line of dialogue again. Words can't express how much I don't want to hear that line of dialogue again.
Something attacked you from underground.
Oh, you picked that up, did you? I wondered why the Shadow Kaja didn't pay attention to the pass. Well, they don't need to. A rock-eating demon guards it for them. It tunnels in the dirt, breaks through the earth, and blasts rocks from its stinking face.
Oh.
I barely escaped. My comrades weren't so lucky. I might shed a tear if they weren't all cutthroats and cheaters.
This guy's voice annoys me.
So Vanasha needed safe passage for Nasadi and Idaman, but it didn't work out?
She made it sound so sweet and easy. Find the best path to the lake, make sure it's safe. What could go wrong? Turns out a lot. Like bloody murder in the grinding jaws of a heinous death beast.
Hey, it sounds like fun.
Vanasha will be here soon with Nasadi and Idaman. I've got to destroy that.
All right,
thing
guys,
in the
let's
past
see.
before they
I
arrive.
forget what these things are
You're
called.
not too
Rock
bright,
maws
are
or
you?
something. I don't think I've killed one of them. I got a trophy for killing every
Well,
machine, but I do not
wouldn't
remember
last
ever
long
killing one of
against
them.
it,
We'll
but
see. Maybe I did
I'll
so
tell
on
you
my
what I
drinking
know.
stream. Just brute
It
force it or
has
something.
armor everywhere.
I don't
a
remember
little
that.
less at the rear. And when it goes underground, it will lose track of you if you're quiet. You might even be able to keep it from going under altogether if you hit its big crooked arms hard enough.
All right.
That's all I can offer, friend. I promise to look solemn at your funeral before I hit the bar.
Oh, you're so edgy. All right. I do remember in this region coming
Bad
across
day
like
for
2
one
or
of us.
3 of them. There we go. All right, let's take a look at our handy dandy notebook. Let's see. Definitely a Blue's Clues reference in 2021. All right, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Rockbreaker. Okay, somewhere before, Behemoth and Thunderjaw. Stormbird. Not bad. Think we can deal with that. So, Digging Arm. Weak to Tear. God, man, Tear. Jeez, guys, I'm so sorry. I can't help myself. Exhaust port hitting this. Okay, weak to everything. All right. So it looks like we just need Tear here for the most part. Got Freeze for the body. Okay. I also have up here four abilities. Let's see. Quiet Sprint. That'll probably be a good one to pick up. Let's Double Shot. Not really all that interested in Triple Shot. Holy crap. That might be way better than I'm anticipating, but I'm just not sure if I want to double up or triple up on my ammo, especially with me crafting up as much as they do. Craft additional ammo from the same amount of resources. Oh, that's what I want to hit. Yeah, we'll definitely hit that one. Scavenger Plus looks pretty solid. Increased chance for extra resources when looting down machines. Be rolling in metal shards in no time. All right. So, I mean, I guess what my question is what's just to prevent me from...
Makes this a little easier.
Yeah, I mean... It just seems like I could just sit up here and let him... So it looks like I gotta take off every component, huh? Off every arm to get him to stop going down. So even the back legs, huh? That's so cool. That looks so awesome. That was awesome. All right. That's enough of the cheese. I love how you can see the I love how you can see the dirt kicking up as he's moving around. It kind of reminds me of one of the bosses from Shadow of the Colossus. All right, he's appropriately crippled. I'm gonna go down there and I'm still gonna get killed, but that's fine. I'll lick my wounds and try again the appropriate way. It's just I walked up to that edge. He was just kind of hanging out down there, like, "What up?" Like, I mean, how can I ignore him? I mean, don't want to ignore people who are waving you down. Actually, you probably do want to ignore people that are waving you down. It's probably not a... If it's a hitchhiker, you should not, for the most part, Oh no, I thought I was using the shock arrows, but I wasn't. Where are my freeze arrows? There we go. Alright, now we hit him with the precision arrow, right? Satisfying. Boom. I mean, just breaking these enemies down is just... I mean, even though I totally cheese it by using... Well, I'm not going to call it cheese. I used height to my advantage, right? But no, that was fun hitting all those components coming down and then just slowly slicing them apart. It definitely the way to go for sure is getting some type of environmental damage going and then using those precision arrows. I don't know if they're hard point or what the official term is for them, but yeah, the amount of damage that they do is cool. And I like how every enemy too has, you know, components that need to be removed, but also weak points that are kind of just sitting there just begging for you to hit them, and it's just always so nice when you do. See what we got over here. Ooh. What is this? 33 metal shards and some... Oh, I thought another one was about to come up there. Alright, I guess we talked to Three-Toed Dude. Go back up there and... Tell him he can go drink alone. A lot of dead people down here. Double and triple shot are super useful, especially for putting big machines into elemental states. That's a really good call. That's a really good point. Is that something that once you unlock it, you always notch those 2 or 3 those 2 or 3? So like every time if I just pull this up quick like this, I would notch. Let's take a look. Because of course Horizon finds yet another way to make me happy. No, you still have the option to shoot one bow at a time. Or one arrow at a time. You have to intentionally notch each one. Love it. Love it. Very, 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 very cool skill. I thought that I need to pay a little bit more attention when I'm playing this game. I thought that what would happen is you'd unlock it and then you just automatically be putting 2 and 3 in your bow at any given time. You know, which may have worked if you fully upgraded your bow or your quiver or whatever, but might be resource drain otherwise. But nope. They've designed it as they have with every other aspect in the game. Look at that cactus. Look at the light hitting the cactus coming through. But I love how they designed the game to put the essentially these mechanics in the player's hands so that they can dictate when they want to use these skills or when not to. But especially with something like that where you've got double and triple the investment in arrows, you have to intentionally notch those arrows in order to use that skill. I love that. Definitely a nice quality of life thing. And I've been saying that here a lot too. There's a ton of quality of life features in this game that I'm really glad are there.
Son, I can't believe it. I thought that evil rock chewer would grind you up. After that miracle, all we can do is wait. Vanasha will be here soon, along with a boat that'll take the royals across the lake.
I'll be interested to see which characters carry over to Forbidden West. I'm really hoping that they do some cool stuff with Rost, given that we learned a little bit more about his background. We learned about him heading out to the Forbidden West. So I'd like to see her, I'd like to see Rost get some love in the sequel.
Glad you accepted my invitation to play bodyguard. Where are your men, Huadiv? It looks like something chewed you up and spat you out.
That's pretty much exactly what happened.
The way is clear. Can we go?
I like how you always cut to the chase. In this case, literally. It won't be long before we're followed. Don't be afraid, Your Radiance. We've got excellent protection.
Oh, you don't get to hear the kid talk? I thought for sure we'd be able to hear the kid talk. Maybe we still will. Oh, are we going to fight another one? Don't make me fight Shadow Karja.
Oh dear. Here come the Shadow Karja, and
all right.
they're very angry with me.
I'll hold them off.
Very noble of you, but when I start a fuss, I like to finish it. Not that your assistant isn't welcome. Huadiv, get Idaman and his mother to the shore. Carefully. So it comes to this. I must say, after 2 years under the heel of these zealots, I'm ready to extract a little blood.
Well, at least I get to fight alongside Vanasha, but I'm never looking forward to the human combat in this game. Not terrible, it's competent, sometimes it gets a little bit old.
Traps would be nice.
Got quite a few armor shards here, don't I? Metal shards, rather.
Shall
Been playing
we
a little
prepare
bit too much Doom.
surprise for them?
Which, by the way, if you haven't done yet, please do. As the best first-person shooter that's come along.
Are you sure you don't have any
ages.
traps, little huntress?
Place traps in the canyon. Okay. There's a specific place she
Take
wants.
cover up there, behind that rock.
Oh, it's so hard to see at night. All right, we'll place this here. Just place down a bunch of wire traps. Don't know where they're going to be coming from, what direction, so I'll just do what I always do, and I'll just blindly fire off in any direction that makes
Here
sense.
they are. Let's make it hurt.
Already?
No, wire's too short.
I can't see anything.
Heard that grass rustle.
Man, come on.
Shadow gun.
Oh, there we go. Guess we'll count that as a stealth kill. That's works for me.
Well, that was entertaining. But I suspect we're not done.
I suspect the same.
More of the bastards. Get ready.
Shooting too far.
At least I can see these. At least I can see these. Yeah, at least I can see these corrupted ones in the dark. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I've laid down enough traps? One or two? So far, so good. Not really difficult. All right, the sun's coming up. I can actually see. Good stuff. Oh, wow, look at the stars. They're moving quickly away. That can't be it, right?
I don't want to jinx it, but we might be in the clear.
Nope.
A bit late, aren't we, gentlemen?
Sorry, ma'am. The boat's waiting.
I knew that couldn't be it.
I suppose
All right, let's see what we
This
got.
one's mine. Get to the boat.
You know, this time I think I might be out of my league. If anything happens to her, I will be.
I really
very
like her
lost.
too,
We're
Vanasha.
not
She's a
going
great
anywhere.
character. I like she's witty dialogue. She's got good intentions. She's pretty sweet. Oh, what is that a corrupted Thunderjaw? Yep. Oh boy. That is actually exactly what I wanted to see. Let's do it. Trying to get this disc launcher off his back. Maybe take off these blasters from his face. Oh, there we go. Is that a... Only got one left. Oh, good. I was gonna say I was trying to hit its weak point. I think I did. There we go. Let me take one last look here at what that little canister on the back is that little canister on the back is weak to. Oh, I guess nothing, huh? Yeah. Lay says, I hope you already unlocked the skill to pick up your traps and tripwire. Yeah, I'm very fortunate that that was the case. Frozen up. Those charge attacks don't mess around. Oh, and that is almost a one-shot kill every time. I got really annoyed the other night. I was doing a story mission. Actually, let me get a sling here. This is where the sling is best because I can get a lot better elemental attacks when I'm rocking the sling, or a lot more build up. Frozen. Precision arrows. From not being able to beat a long legs earlier tonight with a couple tramplers to taking down pretty damn well, I'd say, especially for me, a corrupted Thunderjaw. Awesome. That makes me feel good, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's pick these traps up. Looks like he hit pretty much all of them, or blew a good portion of them up at least. I'm sure we'll get to the shoreline just in time to see them getting away. So yeah, I really like learning, guys. You guys all gave me kind of this insight into how Guerrilla built this game by starting with the Thunderjaw. Look at all those coils.
Not bad.
And how they kind of started with just building out as a proof of concept of Thunderjaw and then working backwards from there, which is just, hey, whatever works for them, man, as a developer. I'm really glad to see them return to such prominence with this game. Looks like a little house floating there in the canyon wall there. You attached a little bunch of balloons at the top there. You got the house from up. But no, I really like hearing more about the creative process for Guerrilla. And it was good to see him come. It's really nice to see them do so well. You know, they released Shadowfall, Killzone Shadowfall, which was kind of one of those games that comes out new for a new system and console that, you know, isn't playable on the previous gen, but ultimately ends up being a bit of a tech demo. And, you know, I thought that game was okay overall. Like, do I regret playing it? No, but it didn't really feel all that Killzone-y, and you know that Guerrilla is certainly, you know, capable of, you know, doing better. But when you're working with tech for the first time, you have, I think, a launch title there. You know, I knew well enough to know that Guerrilla Games is a hell of a developer, and again, by all intents and purposes, before I played this, I did realize and picked up on the fact that it's objectively, it looked like it was a really good game, and that made sense. But seeing them just, you know, saunter into the open world genre for the first time like this, and just completely and totally nail it. It's just been so cool to see and experience personally,
Saving these
right?
for the trail.
Oh, that's a good guy. Okay. I mean, and even this, look at this view. Just the sense of space and the sense of scale in the game is just amazes me. Just amazes me. And you've got those set pieces that are just so well placed throughout the terrain, all throughout every region has, you know, all these different unique identifying characteristics. There's just, that's the word. There's so much character. There's so much character to the environment in this game, and practically with every step that you take. I love it, man.
Not exactly a royal barge, is it? Oh well, defectors can't be choosers. Let's get aboard, shall we?
Rocking the pillow on the lap. Little known fact about me, I can't sit and play games without a pillow on my lap. Ever since I was a kid, I always need a pillow for some reason. Oh, sweet. Aloy's going to take the ride, too. I thought she'd just kind of wave him off goodbye and wish him the best and go from there. Love the music.
You've done a good thing. Maybe even ended a war.
Maybe. But my war just keeps going.
Yep. It's a screenshot. I got some good screenshots in this game. That's also something I like to do a lot of, is I take a ton of screenshots in the games that I play. Sometimes it's just to capture what a session was like, and you know, when I went through and had that session, so I can look back later and oh, cool. What do we got here? What are we seeing? Oh, that's right. We're just heading to Meridian. Cool. Oh, man. Music's so good. I feel it. I love it. Another screenshot there. It's the drums, man.
Edelman, my brother. Welcome home.
Nice.
You have nothing to fear.
Nice.
You are now under the
Avad,
protection of the
what's
Sun
up, man?
My protection.
Welcoming them with
As is
open
your
arms.
mother, she will not be harmed. You have my word.
I love
The
seeing
law
the
of the sun.
the dichotomy between him and his
Aloy.
dad.
It seems I see your influence everywhere. You've done so much for the Sundom, and it will always be appreciated. You have my thanks. May you walk in the light.
It's awesome.
Appalling. I spent 2 years in the Forbidden West setting this up, and the
More
rest
Forbidden West. All right.
I'm still getting paid, right?
You'll be lucky if I let you live. I couldn't have done this without you. When we meet again, I'll give you a proper thanks. I promise.
All right. Another trophy.
Only the finest goods here. See for yourself. Why would you be?
Let's take a look. We got one or two at this point. Let's see. Go to Game Hub. Check out the trophies. Okay, so rocking a 35%. I'm not gonna argue with that. Here's something else, guys, too. I've had my PlayStation 5 for 6 months. It is still not easy to know how to get to things or to go to places. So, like trophies, I'm just going to have to go up here, go down to trophies, and do it the long way because I can't remember what the shortcut is to do it the right way. So, 50% in the base game in what, 3 weeks, a month? I'm really proud of that. I think this is definitely a game, as long as I don't have to go back through and beat it on the hardest difficulty or something. I'll definitely go for the platinum in this one. It's too too much fun to play not to. I did see that we do have a new game plus. We'll not be doing ultra hard. I talked about that on previous streams, so I won't bore you with it now. And then the Frozen Wilds looks like it's got quite a few trophies tied to it, which tells me it's lengthy, a solid expansion, and I'm looking forward to exploring that when the time comes around. That's a great quest right there. Really enjoyed that. Picked up another skill point, which is always good. So looking at 2 here. Still haven't even touched this side of my forager tree. Increases the time a machine will remain overridden indefinitely, being the second one here. But let's hop in here to Bauer Babble for a quick minute and look at our chat. Looks like we got a few people that have come in. Plums for Peace says there's a really cool no-clip documentary about the making of Horizon Zero Dawn. You should watch it at some point after you finish the game. I absolutely will do that. I'm looking forward to that. I love kind of reading, all about how developers kind of approach the creative process. And, I'm finding myself more and more drawn to essentially how developers are treating their staff as well. So things like crunch and, the way that people are getting treated in the industry is becoming more important as well to me. So I kind of like getting insight into that. But the creative process behind these IPs and, kind of where they originated from, the idea and how they came to life and what early concepts might have looked like, before getting scrapped and features and all that kind of stuff. I love. Yeah, I eat that up. So thanks for the heads up. If you guys can remember the name of that, I will take a look at that documentary for sure and let you guys know what I think. Harbo says, what's up, man? Thanks for hopping in, Harbo. Good to see you as always. I see no Frank Yeager comments. Yep. Yeah, Mr. Frank Yeager, one of my most ardent supporters, let me down tonight. I guess I gotta cut him out of my life. No, I'm just playing, of course. Everyone's busy. It's a random Monday night. I just decided to go live for a couple hours here, and knowing I'm gonna have a couple days here where I'm gonna be focused on trying to get a video out, and then having the stream on Friday, and then. E3 coming up here soon. We got a whole lot of things to play, a lot of things to talk about, videos to make, all types of things to do, not including all the stuff in my personal life I got to rock as well. So wanted to get a couple hours stream out here tonight and just talk with you guys, and thank you again for the support and just continue playing through this fantastic, awesome game. Plans for Peace. I can't remember what was the choice you selected when Avad hits on Aloy at the end of the Darval quest. I told him to go pound sand. Aloy ain't anybody's boo but mine, right? And in that sense, I just mean she ain't nobody's boo. At least right now. Erend has my blessing. In fact, their level of flirtation, I was all about. That was cool. Where he's like, I was just hitting on you, thinking I was talking to a pretty girl and yada, yada, yada. And then he's like, then I found out I was just happy to get a minute of your time. And then she just looks at him, she's like, oh, you can get 2. And I was like, oh, snap, my boy Erend. So Aloy and Erend, that's cool. I was really happy to see him in the Forbidden West state of play. So hopefully he plays a bigger role because I miss the guy. I love the guy to death. Great character. Seems like they've done a really good job of making him a complex, non-one-dimensional character. So looking forward to seeing more of him, hopefully in some other side quests in here. And if not, definitely in the Forbidden West when that drops. But yeah, no, I definitely rejected the ever-living hell out of Avad. Arva says, got to go for the plat. I have it. No difficulty trophy, so no replay. Awesome. Yeah, so then I'll do that. It'll be. I think this will be one of those games where I get the platinum, and then it's because the world is so good and it's so fun and it's so satisfying to just exist in and saunter around and do different things. And I'm sure there's still going to be tons of things I haven't done. Once I beat the game, there'll still be things, markers on the map to clear out, side quests to do, assuming that there's no do every single side quest trophy or something like that. And there might be. But either way, I plan to play this well beyond the main storyline and even the platinum trophy, right? Depending on what's involved with getting that platinum trophy. I adore this game. I love it. And again, I might even like it more than Ghost of Tsushima, but that we'll save that for kind of a final conversation. Might make a video on that. I don't want to say anything negative about either of these games because they're both so incredible, but for different reasons. Arbo says, what is the next game on the horizon? No pun intended. That you are looking forward to? That's a really good question. I mean, there's a lot of games that I'm looking forward to. A lot of games. So let me ask you, games that are coming out to be released, or games that are may have been released already that I have in my library that I haven't played yet? Which one in particular are you talking about? We'll start with we'll start with one that's going to end up on my video this week. Final Fantasy 16. And Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker. So you guys have probably noticed I've got back here the Final Fantasy. This is all Final Fantasy 14 stuff. So that's the collector's edition of Shadowbringers with the statue. That's the collector's edition of Heavensward with the statue. Here's Stormblood, and then I have the original as well. I'll kind of start with Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 for me represents everything that the franchise could have and should have been if Squaresoft had never merged with Square Enix. And by that I mean, and I kind of went on a little bit of a rant on this last night, I believe it was, or 2 nights ago. The Final Fantasy franchise without Final Fantasy 14 would essentially be totally irrelevant, in my opinion, to this day. The last mainline entry I think that was really great was Final Fantasy 12. But Final Fantasy 12 was significantly different than like your Final Fantasy 10, right? Which I consider kind of like the last masterpiece, classic, golden age Final Fantasy title. I mean, for them to make Final Fantasy 13 and then 2 sequels nobody asked for or cared for, to come out with the original iteration of Final Fantasy 14, which was just a disaster and also kind of plays into this legacy, right, of a game that just... that's a legitimate part of video game history. In my opinion, nobody has ever rose from the ashes like that Final Fantasy 14 has. It went from being just absolute garbage and a total massive disappointment to what I would consider to be probably the best MMO out there. Obviously, you can have conversations about what that is. You'll have people that say EverQuest, people that say World of Warcraft. But it is just an unbelievable game. But honestly, Final Fantasy 14 pays homage to every single era of the Final Fantasy franchise, and they do it in the most brilliant, organic, natural ways imaginable. They don't cut corners. They respond to what fans want, and they have a deep, intricate understanding of why those older titles resonated with fans and why those titles impacted and changed what the industry is capable of. They don't just recreate them. They capture that magic and they kind of display it out in a new way. Heavensward alone back here is, for me, like as good as any Final Fantasy that's ever been released on its own. And that's an incredibly bold statement. I understand that. The base story, kind of getting into it, was a bit of a slog. But once you get into Heavensward, you get through the main story and it starts to get its clutches into you. I mean, the music is the soundtrack in that game is as good as any Final Fantasy game in the series history. So it just, I mean, without Final Fantasy 14 and that dedicated, passionate team who love the series the way that they do and understand it, it would not even be a shell of itself to this day, because it's just been so poorly handled for the vast other main entries since 10 and 12. Final Fantasy 15 being a massive disappointment for a wide variety of reasons. But I also say Final Fantasy 16 here, guys, as well, because the producer of Final Fantasy 14 is the director of Final Fantasy 14, and his name escapes me right now. Ashamed of myself for that. But he is... I can't think of another game that has been better, that has been more community and fan focused, and what he's done with Final Fantasy 14. He has completely and totally revived that franchise. I kind of refer to him as a necromancer, because he brought the series back from the brink of death back to relevancy with Final Fantasy 14 and all of its expansions. And I'm excited for Endwalker because it ends an 8-year storyline. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 since 2014. So 7 years. It's going to be a 7-year culmination of this story, this overarching story that I got chills singing about it. I can't wait. And I know the quality is going to be there. The same people are making it and working on it. And the only reason I haven't played Shadowbringers yet is because when I play Final Fantasy XIV, I honestly say to myself, why do I even play anything else? It just dominates my time. But I love the industry, guys. I love this medium. I love sharing it with people. So I'll sit there and maybe I'll play it for 3 months or 6 months at a time, and then I'll put it down and I won't go back to it for maybe a year or a year and a half, and then I'll go back to it for 3 months and do the expansion, and then I'll putter around with it for another 6 months as I kind of weave other games in and out with it, but it just eventually will take over. So I have to know when to take breaks with it. But Final Fantasy 16, because the producer that's involved, the Final Fantasy 14 team being involved with it, and seeing it go back to this, Final Fantasy used to be medieval with like elements of fantasy, and then it became like full-blown fantasy with every once in a while, medieval, style elements. It looks like they're taking a very serious return to their roots with 16. So I would put 16 and Endwalker probably at the top of my list. Other games that are up there, Harbo, Metroid Prime 4. We've got to hear something about Metroid at this E3. We have to. And you'll hear me talk about this in my video. There's going to be 3 ways that might manifest itself at E3. You're either going to get an update on Metroid Prime 4, which I think has to happen. Even if it's just the director standing against that blank white, background that for whatever reason Nintendo loves putting people against when they're talking about a main series or entry in a series. They need to, even if they just say, hey, that the development's still on track and things are going well, we are not quite ready to share release dates with you and yada, yada, yada. We got to hear more about Metroid. I refuse to believe we live in a world where Nintendo's flagship console only has the original Metroid, which doesn't have a map and does not stand up well to this day, and Super Metroid available to play. And Super Metroid is one of the best games ever, but I've been playing it for 27 years. Like we need something else. So I think they might announce a Metroid Prime trilogy at E3 as well, to release on Switch, which I'm shocked they haven't done yet. That was one of those Wii U compilations that they seem to really enjoy bringing over to the Switch because they realize, 4 people played the Wii U. So they've been kind of porting a lot of those games and remasters and collections over to the Switch. So with Metroid Prime 4 coming, I can't see them not releasing that imminently. I think that's going to be announced at E3 as well. And then I've heard whispers that maybe a new 2D Metroid will be released, which I'm not anticipating, but that would make a lot of sense. But for me, Metroid Prime 4 is up there. There's just a wide variety of games. I got some interest in Battlefield, this new Battlefield that's coming out. We'll see how that goes. Battlefield 5 was a huge disappointment, but the original Battlefield 1, rather, was one of my favorite first-person shooters online ever. I sunk hundreds of hours into that game. Absolutely adored it, loved it. But I think I've kind of given up on getting those games at launch just because EA's got kind of control of the reins, and the way that they approach these titles from live service and not having certain things ready or certain content ready at launch like they promise, and then technical issues galore. That's kind of been the issue the last couple releases, so I'm going to wait a little bit on that one. But yeah, no, there's a whole lot, man. There's a whole lot to talk about. I think I've talked maybe a little bit. Obviously, for Horizon Forbidden West is a day one purchase. The game that I'm most looking forward to is Atomic Heart. There was so much mystery around it. I really haven't heard much about Atomic Heart, just a little bit. So I'll have to take a look at that, man, and see what it's all about. I think Tokyo Ghostwire looks pretty cool too, because I love like ghost stuff and paranormal stuff. I actually almost started a paranormal channel, and I might still do that because I lived, for those of you who don't know, growing up, I lived in a house that was blatantly haunted. Not even maybe like it could have been like this or something else, like straight up middle of the day, blatantly haunted. Maybe I'll share some of those stories with you guys sometime. But I've always kind of been into the supernatural and kind of paranormal type of things. So, this Ghostwire Tokyo game that's going to be coming out, I think has a whole lot of potential, more than I think maybe some people are giving it credit for. But that concept, of the game really excites me. For games that we haven't heard about yet, though, but that are almost certainly coming, Persona 6. I want to hear something about Persona 6. I do not want to hear, and this is another one that a bit of a spoiler alert I'll put in my video, but I do not want to hear about Grand Theft Auto 5, but I also don't want to hear about Grand Theft Auto 6. I want to hear about another franchise from Rockstar's that I think is better than the Grand Theft Auto series, or at least means more to me. Well, better is it depends on your right. A franchise I think needs to be continued and has not seen a release since what, 2013. That game that I want to see so desperately, and every year I just wait for an announcement and I'm always disappointed, is Max Payne 4. We need an ending. Like, Max Payne does not get to walk away in the sunset. Should not get to walk away in the sunset. Not saying he has to die, not saying any of those types of things, but the ending to 3, to me, should not end that series with everything that came before it. One of the games that I play through usually every 2 years, I can't help it. I go back through and play because it's in my top 25, is the original Max Payne. And I'm going to go back and play through it here soon for a friend of mine over in Poland, who asked me about it last year if it's a game I'd ever played, and I lost my mind. Sabina, what's up? But so I'll be playing back through that. But I mean, Max Payne 3 I thought was phenomenal. I've just been sitting around for 8 years now, waiting for them to announce a 4 or something like that, and I still haven't heard anything. So still holding my breath for that one. I think a lot of people are interested, like I am, with Microsoft and their show at E3. Them and Bethesda together. I think we're gonna hear. Well, no, I'll save that one for the video. Tune into the video for the game coming out of there that I think is going to be announced. Maybe not at E3, but it's too low hanging fruit to not happen, and it will help kind of bridge a particular franchise to kind of get to their next main entry. But in the interim, this game just makes too much sense to not do, especially with some of the studios that Microsoft now formally owns and can actively and openly celebrate alongside with them, which they will do at their E3 showcase. I am all over Microsoft's E3 showcase for the first time in years. I think it's probably the thing that I'm most excited about this E3. And I will be getting an Xbox as soon as I can get my hands on one, and I'll be streaming from that. I'm looking forward to hearing more titles coming out for the Nintendo Switch Pro. We're looking to hear a little bit about that and some of the titles related to it, but we'll save all that conversation for another time. Yes, don't spill all your video secrets. Yep, I definitely won't. I share a little bit more on these live streams about them, but no, I've got some good stuff coming this week. I still have to shoot all of it. I still have to edit it. I'm hoping to get it out by Friday at the time I stream. If I don't, it'll be sometime this weekend, maybe early next week, in which case I would have a video at the beginning of the week, and then a video at the end of the week. But we got that E3 primer coming, and I'm excited to talk about some of this stuff. So, oh no, boo Xbox. Yeah, Xbox, this will be the first time, man, that I own an Xbox. Never had interest. I can't ignore them any longer. I think that Microsoft's in it to win it. They're gonna close this exclusivity gap that Sony has just dominated them with for a long period of time, and it just seems like they put gamers first. And now with Sony being as successful as they are, they've put gamers last in practically every way, shape, and form. And I'm sick of it. I don't want to deal with PS3 era style Sony anymore unless I have to. And of course, I'll still be playing my PlayStation 5. I'll still own it. I'll still be buying, the games that are good for it. But I will own my first Xbox console, and I will put a significant amount of time into it. And I'm going to do what I do best, man. I'm going to have a fair comparison. I'm going to be objective about it. I'm going to talk to you guys about why I like one over the other, or even not if that's not the topic or the issue. I'll talk about when one is the most worth playing versus the other, what their strengths and weaknesses are, and I'll do it all in real time, and I'll do it with you guys in mind. And I'll also share some of my strong thoughts on things. But let's get back to Horizon. We'll do let's see, now it's midnight. It might be a good place to end the stream, to be honest with you, because I think the last, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm on the last main story mission, and certainly not going to do that tonight. Let's take a look at our map here to see. Okay, so we at least got a few quests we can pick up. Let's pick up a few quests here. and continue along. Yeah, thanks, Harbo. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for asking. Looks like we got a new merchant here, so let's pick up our free sample box, which never gets old. Shadow Rope Caster. Okay, so that's the one I think that I need to pick up. Yeah, that's the one I don't own, I believe. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I just got the regular straight up Karja Rope Caster. I also need to get me a Trip Caster, a Shadow Trip Caster as well. So let's pick that guy up here. Oh no, I have a Shadow Trip Caster. Never mind. There we go. Shadow. Oh, Shadow Sling might not be bad to grab up. Okay, and a Shadow Rope Caster. We'll pick up both of those. And then we will sell off some of the things we picked up because we've done a whole lot of killing and looting tonight. So we got plenty to sell. I just get rid of anything that's blue. Blue or green can go. Sometimes purple can go. Yep, don't need any of that. Let's hit our resources here quickly. Drop some potions, resources. All right. I love that you can sell by item value or interest to merchant. So sell popularity, I guess. Let's see, rarity. I thought that I could... Yeah, so I thought for some reason I could sell by... Yeah, I guess not. I thought I could sell by specifically what would be sold just to merchants. Let's see. Let me just roll through this quickly. There we go. Machine core. Yep, sell that. Notch ancient charm. Yep. Plenty of glint hawk hearts. I want to make sure that I'm not... Oops. So all these luminous braidings, I always have so many stacks of them. I feel like I could sell them, but I won't sell them right now. Grazer hearts, Strider hearts, animal talisman that can be sold. So let's sell that off here. Watcher hearts. Still don't really have any good idea of what these lenses are used for. Been selling off pretty much, you know, most of them when they're like scrapper lenses or their watcher stuff, you know. Been selling desert glass. Yeah, I think that's good for now. I got plenty of shards. We got 3,486 after buying 2 new weapons, so we should be fine. Let's grab our treasure box. I do that a lot when I leave my when I leave my my menu. I jump a whole lot. History of Sunfall. That's going to be a long, lengthy Encyclopedia Britannica. And I'm not trying to sit here and read that before bed. Look at that long neck in the distance. I love the draw distance in this game. You know, you're always able to see interesting events as they're playing out in real time all the way across the map. And I'm not sure if it's significantly better on the PS5. You guys have noted that PS5 has had some pretty noticeable enhancements. I wonder if draw distance is one of them. And I'm pretty sure that's the long neck I did yesterday. Yeah, it looks like, yep. That's the one where I got up and away from a bunch of enemies I had aggroed at the last minute and climbed right on up and stuck that override stick right in its head. Felt great. But that was a very cinematic moment that had my jaw on the floor. But that's kind of par for the course.
Some Oseram girl applied to the city guard the other day.
Won't find
All right, let's see what she's got to say
barely
here.
turn a profit even in the best of times, especially since I usually hand out what I can to those in need.
Oh, humble
Would you care
brag.
for some fruit? Better enjoy it before someone runs off with the rest of it.
Has someone been stealing from you?
Yes, almost every night. Not enough to force me to close shop, but definitely enough to hurt.
Is there anyone you suspect?
I've known most people here since childhood. None of them strike me as a food thief. You want to talk about other vices, however?
Why haven't the guards looked into it?
The gods blame the wildlife, but I doubt they believe it. I guess they have more to worry about than a woman and
Her voice doesn't match her model at all. She sounds like she should be like 60 years older. But
Have you found any
again,
sign of the
nitpick.
thief?
Just something funny to
couple of old
kind of call
rhymes
out.
near the storehouse.
Oh, it's so
Not much to
jarring.
go on.
Okay, I'll
I
investigate.
know how to track. I could look for the thief.
Really? Thank you. You could start in my storehouse by the river.
All right,
Someone
Uncanny
I'll see what I
Valley's
can
real
find.
with this NPC. All right, I'm gonna walk away from her, and I also don't trust these sticks in her head. Don't know if you're saying if you're walking around with that look, even in a post-apocalyptic tribal sense of fashion, that just doesn't fly. That tells me there's just something wrong, something off.
Check out these wares.
All right, let's hit this next green exclamation point here. Ooh, what are you carrying, buddy?
Won't cost you a shard just to look.
What we got? Ooh, tomatoes. Good deal. Actually, I hope they're going directly to the garbage disposal because tomatoes are the worst, and I will call for tomato genocide. Well, that's not true. I talk about them like they're, you know, like cantaloupe or something or other. But at least tomatoes can be used in good stuff. Because I'm not gonna say I don't like ketchup or tomatoes or salsa rather, salsa, some other things. But yeah, still just like to kind of think that they're just heading right for the river there to get rid of. Oh, raw tomatoes, man. Ugh.
Leave me alone, girl. Can't you see I'm searching the water?
Okay, what's wrong? Has someone fallen in?
No. Have you seen a girl of about 17 and... I can't even say it.
Are you afraid she jumped to her death?
I don't know. Elida. My only daughter. She's gone.
Where did you last see her?
Just last night. In the house. She seemed... better.
Huh.
Was she ill?
She seemed withdrawn. Sad. So I was pleased.
Hopefully this one has a happy ending because I'm kind of getting
That's the last I saw.
sick of all the dead daughter stuff in this game. There's a lot of daughters that die. I'm just thinking mostly in relation to Rost, but
Has she done or
Still.
said anything unusual?
She's been like a different person. She used to be such a happy girl, playing in the dirt with the boys.
What changed?
I don't know. She disagrees with me about everything. Hates the ceasefire. Thinks we never should have fought the war to begin with. It's been a month since I've seen her smile. She spends so much time in her room. I should have paid more attention.
Did something happen during the war that upset her?
The war upset us all. The cruelty of the mad Sun King. The blood on the streets. When Edelman's men fled, they stormed through here. There's a ceasefire now, of course, but Elida broods about it more than ever. It bothers her that our...
yeah, it's almost like they're trying to comment on certain division going on in this country. Wonder if that's intentional. That's true, though. That division is something that's easy to kind of speak to in games, and you see it all over the place, and that's why it makes its way into these stories. Good news is this game tends to handle those types of topics with grace and with the depth that they deserve as we analyze them, rather than just throwing them in there super shallowly, so it never comes off as preachy or pandering or any of that stuff, which turns me off as a gamer very, very quickly. I don't mind any topic being explored as long as it's done right, with respect and with some level of depth. I can't stomach pandering, and I can't stomach that kind of stuff just being thrown in to check a box. Fortunately, this game has just been a masterclass on how you handle such topics well, and and with beauty and with meaningful analysis.
Who else is searching for her?
I demanded the guards look for her, but I can't put my hope in them. They say girls run off all the time at this age. Not my Elida.
Not my Elida.
I've reached out to her friends, but they say they haven't seen her in weeks. Weeks! How could I not know? But they will look for her.
Probably because you have
I've searched
giant,
everywhere, and
thick
then I
ropes
thought
on your
maybe
head that are blocking your
she might
peripheral
be
vision, man.
here, in the water.
Hmm.
By the sun.
Ooh.
I'm a good tracker. I could look for her. Where did you last see her?
So we got picked up some nice
Don't
side
worry.
quests for the next time I hop
Please.
in.
Maybe you'll find something I missed.
I'll do my best.
May the sun light your way.
Aloy is such good people, man. Level 20. So that'll be the first thing that I do when I hop back on Friday. Because I really, really want to help that guy. And just yet again, another awesome example of NPCs having these really diverse characters. They look different, they act different, they talk different. But the facial animations that have been put in place and how well they play out is has just been mind blowing to me. Now, when you're doing some other side quests, it's not as impressive for sure. But when you're doing these types of side quests that aren't just fetch quests or your errands or whatever, and even sometimes you're seeing that in the case of those quests as well, you're just seeing just an absolute incredible amount of depth to the way that these characters interact with one another, how their expressions match the voice actors who are delivering their lines, and it just all comes together. There is the occasional uncanny valley going on that just bothers me to the pit of my core. The one lady there that we picked up the quest right before that one being one such example of it, but very minor few characters like that compared to the overall whole. Let's grab this last quest here.
Ah, machine riding Nora with a special spear. How lucky to come across you. I have a
This guy's grade A creeper.
Come closer. Call me Fernand.
This guy screams, "Don't trust me around your kids." And I almost don't want to talk to him. Look at the light in Aloy's eyes reflecting the fire inside of that. I don't know if you guys can see it on your on your screen, but what I'm looking at on my TV here, and this 4K HDR, I can see this incredible lighting in her eyes, and based off of the lighting that's inside of this structure here that she's entered to pick up this quest, just another feast for the eyes and small tiny detail that it's just impossible to miss, or when you do pick up on it, just tells you and further reinforces how much time and effort and meaningful work that Guerrilla has put into this game. That is so cool. Yeah, let's start with this one. What are you looking at?
Hey, Fernand. My eyes are up here.
I'm looking at your spear. It's magnificent, but how does it work?
You stick the pointy end into the machine.
Yes, but how does it turn foe into friend?
It's simple, really.
Yes?
You wouldn't
Oh, this
understand.
guy's so creepy. Ooh. I really don't want to talk to this guy.
Cut to the chase. What do you need?
I found a lost relic of the old ones, but it's too high for me to reach. The relic
Oh, like
rests
that
on the
like
rise of
creeper
Dust
smile
Mesa.
going on.
Bring it to me at the Meridian docks, and we will both profit.
We'll see about that.
The Sun King's grown too soft. Too much Asaram influence.
Please
somehow.
let this quest end with me
Thinking letting Dervahl live.
killing this guy, so I don't have to see that smile again. That was on. If you guys saw one of my earlier videos, I talk about Control, which is one of the few games I've bothered to get a platinum in and that I love. But the facial animations in Control and the Uncanny Valley in that is to this day for me unmatched. That gave me shades of some of that with how that guy was smiling and smirking, and I'm legitimately uncomfortable. All right. So we're gonna go ahead here, guys. We're gonna save up. I'm gonna say a few final words here, and then we'll shut down the stream for the evening. I mean, even this, just seeing the breeze come through and seeing the trees move with it. You've got the windmill or the water mill going, and the water rushing a little bit faster, and Aloy's hair blowing in the wind. Just a distinctly different profile in this area from when I've been here before. Just always, even the same areas feel different. And I'm just going to continue to talk about it because it's so impressive to me that they're able to achieve this level of diversity in these environments, despite the fact that players are making their way through a lot of the same areas repeatedly, and you still have this sense of awe, this sense of magnificence along with everything. It's great. It's just great. All right, guys. Well, I thought I was going to stream until about 1 o'clock, but I got some meetings tomorrow. I got a whole lot going on, and I got to make sure that I get some rest so that I can get through what's going to be a very long day here tomorrow, and then make sure I get this raw footage shot so that the rest of the week before I stream up on Friday, I can edit up and try to get a video out for you guys. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. You know, the donations, which again is totally unnecessary, but that's just been really cool. I really appreciate that. You know, you guys already supporting me. Looks like now that I've crossed 100 subscribers, the YouTube algorithm's working a little bit better for the channel, which has been really cool to see. Put a ton of time and effort into these videos. It's just, I want to share my love of this industry with you guys, and I want to hear back from you on the content that you want to see and what games are doing for you in your life. What are you enjoying? What are you playing? What games are you looking forward to? And what type of things would you like to see me cover later in the future? You know, I might take a look at those things and do that for you. So just feel free to stay in touch with me. You can reach out to me at BauerKillz@yahoo.com for any type of inquiries. That's how you can reach me there. I'm on Twitter. I call it shitter. I hate it so much, but I'm there. I occasionally post things up there, but I keep it, for the most part, just strictly video game stuff, so you don't have to worry about all the division and divisiveness and stuff that comes along with it. But really appreciate you guys hanging out on a random Monday night. Didn't announce this stream, just decided to go live so I could continue to play Horizon and spend some time with you. And it's just been really a blast from day one. For those of you who have been here since the beginning and those who are just joining now along the way, thank you so much for everything you do. Hope you're all staying safe out there. Hope everyone's healthy. Let's see. Last couple chats here. Last of Us 2. Yeah. And Lay says, thanks for the vid. Yeah, no problem, Lay. Lee? Is it Lee? I've been saying Lay this whole time, and now I'm like looking at it and my eyes are kind of adjusting, and I realize it's probably Lee. Lee, Lay, whatever it is, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. I've got a lot of videos up you guys may not have seen outside of the Horizon one. You know, they're also kind of in the same, kind of the same style with the video clips and humor and all that good stuff. So go check out the channel. I'll make a playlist that kind of contains all of those together here once I sign off. And if you guys are interested, you can take a look at some of those other to see if you like it. I'll be covering a whole lot of topics on this channel. I'll be talking about the industry. I'll be talking about all console games far and wide, and live streaming. I'll be live streaming PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox Series X when I can get my hands on one of those, because I just love this medium. And as much as I enjoy Horizon, I also understand that my playthrough is going to end at some point. I will be making Horizon-based content moving forward as well, but I'm going to be covering a whole lot of different things. So just keep me in the loop on what you guys would like to see, and thank you for everything. And I hope everyone's doing well, and we'll see you guys here real soon in the next BauerKillz Arsenal stream. Stay tuned on Friday. I'm going live between 5:30 and 6 every Friday. This Friday, try to hit 5:30 and hopefully get a video out for you before then. Thanks again, everyone. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you soon.